So in the last video, we saw how to merge a Unity project with our Git software and then publish that backup online so that we have access to live data about it. But what if we want to share files? For example, submitting a file to your teacher, or submitting a file to a classmate to test out, provide feedback on, or simply just share it with a wider community online. Let's see how to do this in this video. One of the things that's going to be a little clunky about this tutorial is in the last video I showed you in Unity, oh, that's a different project, in my Unity hub, I pushed this Rowell 1 Unit 1 learning file onto my Git site for you to pull. And maybe you've been able to do that and tested it already. If so, wonderful. If not, we'll be able to figure out how to do so in this video. The problem is I already have this on my computer, so I don't really want to pull another copy. So what I'm going to do is pull a different project from some other creators that use Unity into one of my repositories and test out someone else's project. And I recommend you do the same thing. I just searched up Unity Git projects, and I found this cool open project, which is an open source project made by community members that are collaborating together to slowly build a cool little game that we have total access to snagging from them. So what I've done is I found the root main of this GitHub project, and I click on this green link here. And I get the clone address and press copy to copy it to my clipboard. And now I can head back into GitHub. And what I can do is clone repository. New means I'm building one myself. Add means I'm linking to one that's on my computer already. And clone means that I want to build a repository based off some external resource. I can get one off of github.com more directly. But the main way we'll be doing this is through the URL, which is what we just copied. So I'm going to paste, Control V, and paste it into my project here. Into my program. And now I already have a copy of this, so it's giving me an error. You shouldn't see an error like this because I already have this file folder here. If I was to put it in a different folder, it wouldn't give me this error. And so basically what I'm going to do, actually, I'll just do this here really quick. I'm going to go create a new folder. I'm going to call this backup. You should just leave it as the name it comes with. And I'm going to press clone and see what happens. And so what this is doing is actually connecting to the GitHub server and downloading all of those files from that project onto the local machine. So it'll be doing this slowly here. Let me show you what this looks like once we have it popped into our computer here. So I have mine in my Git repositories and this open project. I already had all the files downloaded, and I can see that inside of this UOP1 project, I have what looks like a full Unity project file full of assets and libraries and a whole bunch of content made by other people. We now know how to deal with this, but let me remind you, just in case you forget. I'm going to add in Unity Hub a reference to this location. In my D drive, under my Git repositories, I have this open project. And inside of that folder is the Unity project file. I can select this folder to have it added to my program project list. Now, the first time you open this, there's going to have to be a bunch of thinking that Unity does to kind of synchronize the files with your machine. It'll take a little while. I've already gone through that process, but once it's all finished, I choose it and open it up. In Unity, I will now have the ability to explore this team's project. I've actually gone down and looked under their scenes folder, under, well, examples, and I think there's just a whole bunch of different locations and places for you to explore. There's a whole bunch of scenes that people have been working on full of different content. And so I pull up a scene, I press run, and I get to enjoy exploring this kind of cool game made by some other people. And so I see this cool little animated character here with some simple jump animations and simple attack animation that's able to explore this kind of really beautiful fantasy-esque world. And it's got some nice little camera mapping of things and some exploration going on, and I can just have fun trying out some of the creations of other people. Not only that, I have all of the code and files and assets present in this project to poke around in and see how did they get this to work. This spawn system for getting things to show up, what does this look like? And it's a great way for us to kind of take a sneak peek at some of the strategies that might be useful for us later on in the course once we're a bit more proficient with Unity. So what have I been able to do? As a summary of what's gone on in this video here, I have been able to find a repository online and clone it to my local machine and then interface it with Unity so that I'm able to open up other people's work. For example, Mr. Rowell's stuff that he sends us to open up and test. And most importantly, for you to send me a link from your GitHub site, and so that when you have published a project, you can copy this link and send it to me as a submission for an assignment so that I can clone your project and view your final work really easily anytime that I want.